Joshua ibn Nun stands as a towering figure in the chronicles of Islam, revered as a prophet, a leader, and a man of unwavering faith. His legacy is not just a tale of ancient times but a living testament to the power of faith and leadership. His life, intricately woven with trials, triumphs, and divine intervention, serves as a beacon of inspiration for Muslims across the globe. From the harsh deserts to the lush valleys, every step of his journey is a lesson in resilience and divine trust. Joshua's story, passed down through generations, reminds us that true strength lies in our trust in Allah and our commitment to unity within our communities. The tales of his bravery and wisdom are etched in the annals of history, serving as a guiding light for those who seek to lead with integrity and faith. Joshua's journey began as a young man under the tutelage of Prophet Moses, himself a monumental figure in Islamic history. This mentorship was not just a period of learning but a profound phase of spiritual and moral development. This period of apprenticeship shaped Joshua, instilling in him the virtues of patience, obedience, and unwavering faith in the face of adversity. Under Moses' guidance, Joshua learned the importance of humility and the strength that comes from unwavering belief in divine will. He witnessed firsthand the plight of the Israelites under Pharaoh's tyranny and the miraculous exodus that followed, events that would forever shape his destiny. These experiences were not just historical events but pivotal moments that forged his character and prepared him for the monumental tasks ahead. It was during these formative years that Joshua's leadership qualities began to surface. His ability to inspire and lead his people through the most challenging times became evident, marking the beginning of his journey as a leader. His unwavering loyalty to Moses, his courage in the face of danger, and his deep empathy for his people marked him as a leader in the making. These qualities were not just innate, but were honed through years of dedication and service. Little did he know that he would soon be tasked with leading the Israelites into a new era, one fraught with challenges and resounding victories. His journey from a devoted follower to a revered leader is a testament to the transformative power of faith, perseverance, and divine guidance. Joshua's early life was deeply intertwined with the mission of Prophet Moses. He served as Moses' close confidant and aide during their exodus from Egypt, witnessing the awe-inspiring miracles Allah performed to liberate the Israelites from bondage. The parting of the Red Sea, the manna from heaven, and the water gushing from the rock were not mere spectacles, but profound lessons in Allah's power and mercy. During their 40 years of wandering in the desert, Joshua remained steadfast by Moses' side, learning the intricacies of leadership and the importance of unwavering faith. He witnessed Moses receiving the Ten Commandments on Mount Sinai, a pivotal moment that laid the foundation for the moral and ethical code of the Israelites. Joshua's unwavering loyalty and courage were evident when Moses sent him as one of the 12 spies to scout the land of Canaan. This mission was fraught with danger, as they were to infiltrate a land inhabited by powerful enemies. Yet Joshua, driven by his faith and obedience to Moses, embarked on this perilous journey without hesitation. The mission to scout Canaan was a test of faith and leadership for Joshua. It was a pivotal moment in the journey of the Israelites, a moment that would define their future and their relationship with Allah. Joshua, chosen for his unwavering faith and courage, was tasked with leading this critical mission. Alongside him were 11 other spies, each representing one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Their objective was clear: to explore the land of Canaan, assess its resources, and gauge the strength of its inhabitants. The land, promised by Allah to the Israelites, was also home to formidable enemies, a fact that instilled fear in the hearts of many. The spies saw the lush valleys and fertile fields, but they also saw the fortified cities and the warriors who guarded them. These sights were daunting, and the challenge ahead seemed insurmountable. The promise of a bountiful land was overshadowed by the immediate threat of powerful adversaries. Upon their return, 10 of the 12 spies, their hearts filled with fear, painted a bleak picture of Canaan, highlighting the strength of its inhabitants and discouraging the Israelites from proceeding. They spoke of giants and impregnable fortresses, of a land that devours its inhabitants. Their words spread panic and doubt among the people, undermining their faith in Allah's promise. The vision of a prosperous future was clouded by the immediate fear of conflict and defeat. Joshua, along with Caleb, another faithful spy, stood firm against the tide of fear and doubt. They saw the same challenges as the others, but their faith in Allah's promise remained unshaken. They believed that, with Allah's guidance, the Israelites could overcome any obstacle. Their courage and conviction were a beacon of hope in a sea of despair. They urged their people to look beyond the immediate dangers and trust in the divine plan. They urged their people to trust in Allah's promise, reminding them of the miracles they had witnessed during the Exodus. They spoke of the parting of the Red Sea, the manna from heaven, and the water from the rock. These miracles were signs of Allah's power and His commitment to His people. Joshua and Caleb reminded the Israelites that the same Allah who had delivered them from Egypt would lead them to victory in Canaan. "The land we passed through and explored is exceedingly good," proclaimed Joshua, his voice resonating with conviction. He described the land as a place of abundance, a land flowing with milk and honey. His words were a stark contrast to the fearful reports of the other spies. Joshua's vision was one of hope and prosperity, a vision that aligned with Allah's promise to the Israelites. "If Allah is pleased with us, He will lead us into that land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us," Joshua continued. His faith was unwavering, and he sought to inspire the same faith in his people. He believed that their success depended not on their own strength, but on their trust in Allah. Joshua's message was clear. With faith and obedience, the Israelites could claim the promised land. "Only do not rebel against Allah," Joshua warned. He knew that disobedience and lack of faith would lead to their downfall. He urged the Israelites to remain steadfast in their devotion and trust in Allah's plan. Rebellion would only bring suffering and delay the fulfillment of the promise. Joshua's plea was a call to faith and unity, a call to trust in the divine guidance that had brought them this far. "And do not fear the people of the land, for they are but bread for us," Joshua declared. His words were meant to embolden the Israelites, to remind them that their enemies were no match for the power of Allah. He sought to replace their fear with confidence, to turn their doubt into determination. Joshua's leadership was a testament to his faith and his unwavering belief in Allah's promise. Despite their pleas, fear took root in the hearts of the Israelites, and they refused to heed the call to conquer the promised land. The vision of giants and fortified cities was too overwhelming, and their faith wavered. The voices of fear drowned out the voices of faith, and the Israelites chose to retreat rather than advance. This decision marked a turning point in their journey, a moment of lost opportunity and broken faith. As a consequence of their lack of faith, Allah decreed that they would wander the desert for 40 years until the generation consumed by fear had passed. This period of wandering was a time of reflection and renewal, a time for the Israelites to rediscover their faith and commitment to Allah. It was a harsh but necessary lesson, a reminder that faith and obedience are the keys to fulfilling Allah's promises. Following the death of Moses, Joshua was divinely appointed by Allah to lead the Israelites. This was no ordinary appointment, it was a sacred duty bestowed upon him to guide a people who had wandered the desert for 40 years, yearning for a place to call home. Joshua had been Moses' faithful aide, learning the ways of leadership and the importance of unwavering faith. Now, the mantle of leadership had passed to him, and with it, the immense responsibility of fulfilling the promise made to their ancestors. This marked a pivotal transition for the Israelites, who were now on the cusp of entering the promised land, the land flowing with milk and honey, a land that had been promised to them for generations. The anticipation was palpable, but so were the challenges that lay ahead. The land was not empty, it was inhabited by formidable foes, and the journey to claim it would be fraught with trials and tribulations. Joshua, having learned from the best, was imbued with the qualities of a true leader: courage, wisdom, piety, and an unshakable faith in Allah. He spent many nights in prayer and contemplation, seeking divine guidance and strength. His faith was his anchor, and it was this faith that would see him through the daunting task ahead. He knew that leadership was not just about strategy and strength, but about inspiring and uniting his people under a common purpose. He understood the weight of the responsibility entrusted to him and the challenges that lay ahead. The path to the promised land was not just a physical journey, but a spiritual one as well. Joshua had to ensure that his people remained steadfast in their faith and committed to their divine mission. He knew that doubt and fear could easily creep in, and it was his duty to keep the morale high and the vision clear. Allah, addressing Joshua, said, "Moses, my servant, is dead." These words were a solemn reminder of the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. Joshua was now the chosen leader, and with this divine message he was given the authority and the blessing to lead his people forward. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, you and all this people, into the land that I am giving to them, to the people of Israel." This command was clear and unequivocal. It was a call to action, a directive to move forward with confidence and faith. The Jordan River which lay before them was not just a physical barrier, but a symbol of the obstacles they would face and overcome with divine assistance. These words were both a command and a promise, reassuring Joshua that he would not be alone in this monumental task. The divine presence would be with him, guiding and protecting him and his people. This assurance was crucial for Joshua, as it reinforced his resolve and gave him the strength to lead with conviction. Joshua's first act as leader was to prepare the Israelites for the momentous task ahead, the conquest of Canaan. He knew that preparation was key, and he took meticulous steps to ensure that his people were ready for the challenges they would face. This involved not just physical preparation, but also spiritual and mental readiness. He reminded them of Allah's promise, urging them to stay true to their faith and to remain united. Unity was their strength, and faith was their shield. Joshua's words were a source of inspiration, reminding the Israelites of their divine mission and the promise that awaited them. He reorganized the army, instilled discipline, and instilled in his people a renewed sense of purpose and belief. Joshua's leadership was marked by a blend of strategic acumen and deep spirituality. He knew that a disciplined and united force was essential for the success of their mission.